the best dirty work. Whoa. Car is locked. In we go. Look at this staircase out here.
On December 25th, 2024, the YouTube channel Maggiepotamus and Jen uploaded what was intended to be a wholesome video featuring Jen and her dog Maggie. Known for calm feel-good content, Jen was filming a lighthearted Halloween clip, planning to dress Maggie as a small ghost in a wooded park. Everything felt playful and harmless until a sudden piercing scream echoed through the trees, instantly turning a cheerful moment into something deeply unsettling.
You ready? We're gonna try again. Now that it's all dirty and torn to shreds, you're gonna make the best dirty work. Whoa. Oh my god.
Although she felt uneasy, Jen tried to continue filming. Her reaction, however, clearly showed fear and confusion. Eventually, the stress became overwhelming, and she stopped recording and contacted the police to report what she'd heard. According to Jen, officers arrived and searched the area but found nothing unusual. In the video description, she suggested the sound might have come from a fox, a bobcat, or another animal, but she quickly ruled that out. She also considered the possibility of someone attempting to frighten her, yet said police found no evidence that anyone else was present. Jen explained that if it was not a prank, the sound could have come from someone in danger or distress. Viewers debated many possibilities. Do you think this was an animal, a joke, or something more serious? A hiker continued farther into the forest when he noticed something that didn't belong. One tree stood separate from the rest, its trunk warped and contorted into an unnatural form. There were no signs of cuts or tool marks, and the surrounding trees were straight and healthy. It looked as though the trunk had been forced into that position by extreme pressure. Some say damage like this can be caused by storms, heavy snowfall, or prolonged stress on the wood, yet that explanation feels incomplete. This was the only tree in the area twisted so dramatically while everything around it remained untouched. Others believe it may have been done deliberately, pointing to theories that large animals or even Bigfoot twist trees as markers. With no clear evidence, the true cause remains unknown. Do you think nature alone could create this, or was something else responsible? While hiking alone in the courthouse wash area of Arches National Park, a man stepped onto what appeared to be solid ground, but it suddenly gave way. One leg plunged deep into wet sand that tightened as he struggled, and within minutes he was stuck and unable to pull himself free. As temperatures dropped and the sun began to set, the danger grew. Spending the night exposed to the desert cold was not an option, so he activated his GPS satellite messenger and sent an emergency SOS. Search and rescue teams responded quickly, deploying a drone to pinpoint his location. When rescuers reached him, sand kept sliding back into the hole as they dug, complicating the effort. After nearly 2 hours, they managed to free him. He was cold and exhausted, but otherwise unharmed. Park officials later warned that quicksand can form in desert washes after moisture accumulates, and emphasized carrying emergency devices since the ground is not always as stable as it appears. This incident shows how quickly a simple hike can turn dangerous in desert environments. Would you have expected quicksand to be a real risk in a place like this? A man was exploring an abandoned structure in a wooded area when he suddenly heard loud screams echoing from below. He tried to locate the source with his phone camera but could not see anything that might have produced the sounds. After he uploaded the clip online, reactions were divided, with some viewers suggesting a skinwalker and others questioning whether the audio had been added later. Unexplained sounds like these often leave room for doubt about what was real and what may have been edited. Do you think this recording captured something authentic, or was it altered afterward? A woman living near a wooded area stepped outside one night to photograph her yard, pointing the camera toward the tree line to show how far her outdoor lights reached. When she reviewed the image, she noticed a faint face that became even clearer after the photo was brightened. No one online has been able to explain it, not even as a camera glitch or optical illusion. leaving people to question whether something was truly there or if the camera revealed something the eye could not see. After finishing a fishing trip, the creator behind the TikTok account, Lynx Angler, began making his way home. To do so, he had to cross an open field filled with cows. At first, the situation seemed calm and uneventful. Without warning, however, the mood shifted, and the moment quickly became frightening. What began as distant movements soon caught his attention and raised concern.
It's okay. Don't run at me. You're alright, you're alright. You're alright, mate, you're alright. You're a fucking big boy, you. You're a fucking big boy. Young bull. Hey, what's up with all these cows following me? It's like I'm getting chased out of the field, mate. Oh damn. I'm actually getting chased by cows, I'm not even fucking joking. Not straight over. What the fuck, mate? Oh my god. I'm shaking because I'm pumped full of adrenaline right now. But I've just been chased through a field by 3 young bulls and all of their cows. This one was charging, that one was charging. Oh, I'm pumped right now.
At first, the animals simply followed him from a distance. Then several cows and young bulls suddenly started running, charging directly toward him across the field. The animals may have reacted out of curiosity or instinct, but once they began running, the danger became real. If this had happened to you, would you have tried to stay calm or run immediately? Celine Cremay, a Belgian woman, was last seen on June 17, 2023 in Waratah, Tasmania. She had planned a short walk to Philosopher Falls, but never returned the following day. Police later located her car at the trailhead, and despite extensive searches using helicopters, drones, and ground teams, no trace of Celine was found. Harsh winter conditions and rugged terrain made survival extremely unlikely. The case remained cold for more than 2 years, until December 2025, when a privately organized search discovered a mobile phone confirmed to be hers. The phone was found in an area that had already been searched, suggesting she may have left the marked trail, possibly relying on a phone app and becoming disoriented. Authorities have now joined the renewed search as the phone provides the first real clue in years, and a fragile hope for answers, leaving many to wonder how she went off course, and whether this discovery will finally explain what happened. One afternoon, a person out for a walk noticed something unusual in the sky. Several striking clouds stood out overhead, drawing attention because something didn't look quite normal. 2 disc-like shapes appeared within the clouds, facing opposite directions and tilted away from each other. Their unusual form and color led many viewers to speculate about secret aircraft, or even an otherworldly presence. Experts, however, point to a natural explanation. Lenticular clouds can form when moist air flows over mountains, creating smooth, lens-shaped formations that often look unfamiliar or artificial at first glance. This helps explain why scenes like this can spark debate and leave people wondering how often natural clouds are mistaken for something unknown. This short video was shared online by a hiker, who claims it may be the clearest Bigfoot footage so far. The clip shows a large, dark, hair-covered figure sitting calmly on a fallen tree in a dense forest, showing no reaction to the camera. Visible details include long arms, a broad chest, thick fur, and a face that appears partly human and partly primate. The video was reportedly filmed near the Little River in Alabama, a remote and heavily wooded area. Whether the figure is genuine or staged remains debated, leaving viewers to wonder what the camera truly captured. A hunter had set up a trail camera in a forest during the fall season when it unexpectedly captured something unusual. The footage shows 2 dark, upright figures moving through the trees, with only their outlines visible as the camera remains fixed. Because of the poor clarity and lack of context, the footage does not confirm what the figures are, and with no follow-up information available, it leaves open the question of what the camera actually recorded. After spending a weekend in the woods, a group of friends paused to take one last photo before leaving. They posed between the trees and, at the time, noticed nothing unusual. Later that night, while reviewing the image at home, they spotted an unexpected detail, a grayish figure with glowing eyes standing beside them. They were certain no one else had been there, as only the 2 friends and the photographer were present, raising the question of whether someone had been hidden nearby, or if the camera captured something else entirely. One morning, a couple was walking their dogs through a local forest known for strange stories. The woman's partner took a photo of her on the trail, and nothing seemed unusual at the time. Later, when they reviewed the image, they noticed something unsettling. A person was walking behind them, someone they had not seen before the photo was taken, approaching from a direction that would have taken hours to travel on foot. As the figure drew closer, the face was not visible and appeared concealed beneath a black hood, moving in a slow, deliberate manner. Feeling uneasy, they decided to leave, but when they turned back, the figure was gone. With open trails and a rocky drop nearby, they still don't know who or what they encountered or how someone could disappear so quickly. What do you think they really saw that morning? This remarkable meteor crater is located in northern Arizona. It stretches nearly a mile across and drops more than 500 feet deep. For many years, scientists believed it was formed by volcanic activity, but that view changed in the 1960s when research confirmed the crater was created by an asteroid impact roughly 50,000 years ago. At the time of the impact, large prehistoric animals roamed the region. The collision released an estimated 10 megatons of energy, equal to more than 20 million tons of TNT. The blast instantly vaporized the asteroid, generated temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun, and sent shockwaves powerful enough to flatten everything for miles. It became the first place on Earth where an impact from outer space was scientifically proven, helping researchers better understand how sudden cosmic events can reshape the planet. Could a similar impact happen again? And would we recognize the warning signs in time? This woman was walking along a forest trail late at night when she noticed something unsettling in the distance. 4 figures dressed entirely in white could be seen, each appearing to wear some type of mask. Unsure who or what was out there, she quickly took a photo and left the area. Since the footage was later uploaded, it is clear she made it out safely, but whoever or whatever those figures were remains unknown. The site leaves open the possibility that it was a planned gathering or something far more unusual, raising the simple question of why they were there at all. While hiking in Ethiopia, this person visited a place that seems almost impossible. In 2005, the ground there suddenly split apart, forming a massive crack that stretches nearly 35 miles across the landscape and continues to widen. The rift lies in the Afar region, where 3 major tectonic plates meet: the Nubian, Somalian, and Arabian plates. Beneath the surface, these plates are slowly pulling away from one another. The Arabian plate is separating the fastest at about 1 inch per year, while the 2 African plates move more gradually. Over millions of years, this process could eventually create an entirely new ocean. Scientists classify the rift as an early-stage mid-ocean ridge, the same geological process responsible for forming today's oceans, raising the idea that this landscape shows Earth in the middle of reshaping itself and prompting the question of how different the planet might look in the distant future. The owner of the photo explained that both of his grandparents had passed away, and their former home now sits abandoned and in poor condition. Recently, his uncle installed a trail camera on the property. The device was set to capture 3 photos each time it detected movement. On one occasion, a human-like figure appeared in only one of the 3 images, while the other 2 showed nothing unusual. At the time, no one was known to be at the house. Later, the camera's position and settings were checked and confirmed to be functioning normally, leaving the question of what the pale figure could have been and whether it was something explainable or something far more unsettling. While hiking in the woods, a Reddit user noticed something alarming that from a distance looked like a real body. They moved closer, bracing for the worst, only to realize it was a life-size Santa mannequin. Relieved, they snapped a photo to show how unsettling it appeared in the middle of the forest, proving how easily ordinary objects can seem frightening when they are out of place. Would you have thought it was real at first glance too? This image was captured in Galveston, Texas, in a largely deserted marshland area on the West End, and was later shared online by an individual. It is a raw infrared trail camera photo taken around 2016 by the poster's neighbor. The image was never made public, appearing only on a private Facebook account, which gave the poster confidence that it was genuine. For years, the poster and their high school friends kept the photo unsure of what they were seeing. Even after sharing it online, no clear explanation emerged, leaving one simple question: what do you think the camera actually captured? A man went for a nighttime walk in the forest with his dogs when they suddenly began growling and acting uneasy after hearing a strange, unfamiliar sound.
Lola, Miley, come on, let's go. is large, whatever it is. Come on, girls. Come on, girls.
The dogs appeared tense and confused, prompting him to record their behavior on his phone. As the noises grew louder, the situation began to feel increasingly unsafe. He moved into a small forest cabin for shelter, where he remained with the dogs until the sounds finally faded and the woods grew quiet again. What makes the video unsettling is how genuine the dogs' reaction seemed, with no signs of staging, suggesting that something unexpected may have been nearby. The dogs likely sensed something close, possibly a wild animal responding to their presence. What do you think caused the sounds, and would you have stayed or left immediately? A Facebook user and her boyfriend stepped outside around 2 a.m. to take night mode photos of the northern lights. While he was standing there, he heard movement and shuffling behind him, and assumed it was a deer. He turned and took a photo in that direction. Later, when they reviewed the image, they noticed something far more unsettling. Instead of an animal, the photo appeared to show a strange distorted figure, something the user said resembled a skinwalker. She was quick to explain that there was usually nothing on the trampoline that could have caused this, since she saw it every day, and had never noticed anything that could explain the shape captured in the image. Whatever it was, neither of them could account for it, and the photo left them deeply shaken, raising the possibility that the image captured a moment they were never meant to notice, and leaving the question of what was really standing there that night. A woman once took a cheerful photo, smiling at the camera, and everything seemed normal until the image was developed. Just above her head, a strange human-like figure appeared, with a distorted face turning a happy moment unsettling. What would you think if you discovered something like this in your own photo? A woman was photographing the forest for an art project when she later noticed something unsettling. After zooming in, a tall humanoid shape could be seen standing between the trees. The figure appeared to be covered in dark clothing. She stated that no other people were anywhere nearby at the time. Whoever was present remains unknown, leading to speculation about whether the figure could have been part of some kind of ritual or simply a stage hoax, and leaving the question of what was really standing in the forest that day. A group of paranormal investigators traveled to a remote area in South Africa that locals claimed was haunted. They spent the night using cameras and audio recorders, hoping to capture something unusual. Around midnight, their investigation took a strange turn. They saw what appeared to be a young girl, but her body looked faint and almost transparent. Shocked and unsure of what they were seeing, they quickly packed up and left. Was it real, or did the darkness play tricks on their eyes? Somewhere deep in the desert near South Las Vegas, someone encountered a truly unsettling sight. In the middle of nowhere stood an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese animatronic, completely alone. The surrounding area is largely empty, and is sometimes used for target practice. The animatronic appears damaged and heavily weathered, suggesting it had been left there for a long time. No confirmed details explain how or why it ended up in that location, but the scene gives off an undeniably eerie feeling, leaving people to wonder who left it there, and for what reason. A man from British Columbia had recently purchased a new phone with an infrared camera, and began testing it by taking photos of his yard. That was when one image caught his attention. In the photo, a strange figure appeared. Whatever was captured seemed humanoid and appeared to be moving on all fours, but the image quality made it difficult to clearly identify what it was. The photo was later shared online by a friend, but no further details were ever provided, leaving unanswered the question of what the camera captured and what was in the yard that night. On March the 6th, 2015, Urbex Mooch, the fearless host of a YouTube channel dedicated to urban exploration, set out on what he believed would be a routine investigation. He had no idea the day was about to take a sudden and unsettling turn.
Hello. Sorry. Just take some photos.
Do I come to your house and smash the windows in and take photographs?
I know, yeah. Sorry, we didn't mean any harm. I think it was already open, the fence.
It's not open.
No, that hole there. Alright.
Some damage. I mean, you won't get a mortgage, you won't get a job. You won't get a credit card.
Well, I was only taking photos.
Don't give a monkeys, you pay there until the police arrive.
Yeah, take that one. Right, it's going to be a tricky one getting over.
Stay there, stay there.
Huh?
Yeah.
Stay there.
If you hurt yourself, I'll be liable for damage to you.
Oh, we're coming over?
No, stay there.
The man they encountered turned out to be the property owner, who was angry that Mooch and his friend had entered the premises. Although they attempted to explain that they meant no harm, the situation quickly escalated beyond a simple misunderstanding.
Stay there.
Stay there.
Stay there.
We don't have to stay here. You can't make me stay here because there's.
Well, if you hurt yourself, I end up in jail. So you can't.
Well, you won't hurt yourself. I won't hurt myself. You can't do that.
You can't come in my fucking house. Don't tell me the fucking law. You ruined my fucking Saturday and keep out of my fucking house.
Well, we're sorry. We didn't mean any. We're only taking photos.
Don't give a shit. It's my private house.
Sorry.
Nobody said they can take photographs. So we had burglars in there and half the stuff is sold on fucking eBay.
Well, we only want to take photos. That's the only thing we're going to be taking. How are we going to get out then? Okay.
Mooch and his friend became trapped inside the building after the owner contacted the police. When officers arrived, they helped resolve the situation. While Mooch and his friend were initially accused of trespassing, the charges were later dropped because the house had been abandoned for years. Fortunately, they both left the building safe and unharmed. This incident shows why explorers should always research a location in advance, including ownership and access to avoid dangerous confrontations. Do you think better preparation could have prevented this encounter? Photographer Martin Alvarez was exploring a lava tube cave in Chile to document unusual mineral and clay formations when he noticed movement in the distance. He quickly raised his camera and took several photos. The figure appeared low to the ground, dog-like, and moving on all fours. It didn't resemble any known animal native to the area. Unsettled by what he saw, Alvarez chose not to continue deeper into the cave and left the site. He later reported the sighting in a nearby village. According to Alvarez, local residents reacted with concern rather than surprise, pointing to old legends tied to caves in the Patagonia region and stories of strange creatures said to live underground. What Alvarez encountered has never been officially explained, leaving people to wonder whether it was an unknown animal or something rooted in local folklore. These photos were taken by Arkady Tishkov, who estimated the figure shown to be about 1.4 meters tall, or roughly 4 feet 7 inches. Along with the original images, a second set of interpretive illustrations was later released based on the same material. The images quickly sparked debate, with some viewers saying the shape was simply a natural rock formation, while others connected it to older ideas such as the so-called horned yeti. With no physical evidence ever confirmed, the photos remain unverified, leaving one question: what do you think the images actually show? A trail camera deep in the Missouri woods captured a strange image showing a hazy shape hovering just above the ground. Some believe it was only a moth caught in motion, while others think it was something more. The camera had been placed on a small rock burial mound, known for eerie stories, and the image continues to leave people wondering what the camera truly captured. This footage shows a hunter handling a captured baby moose, unprepared for what happened once the restraints were removed.
Here now. Go on, little girl. Hey. Oh, you're a mean little girl.
The animal reacted, suddenly catching him off guard. Fortunately, no serious injury occurred. Viewers later warned that removing the blindfold too soon was a mistake, and if this had been a full-grown moose, the outcome could have been far worse, raising the question of how close this encounter came to turning deadly. In the winter of 2017, a Reddit user shared a photo of his younger sister from a winter camping trip when they were the only ones outside. Later, they noticed two faint figures in the image. One figure looked almost identical to his sister, suggesting a camera glitch, but the second figure did not resemble anyone present. The user believes it was likely a glitch, yet still has no explanation for that second shape, leaving the question of what the photo really captured. In 1967, a man named Harry Dack took a simple photograph in the backyard of his home in Carlton Howe. The image showed his grandson Neil smiling at the camera while holding the family Jack Russell Kelly. At the time, nothing seemed unusual about the moment the photo was taken. When the film was developed, however, a faint, gray, translucent figure appearing to be a woman was visible beside the child. Photolab staff confirmed the negative had not been altered, and with no editing tools available at the time, they could offer no explanation. The identity of the so-called Grey Lady was never discovered, leaving the question of who or what appeared in the photo. The video was uploaded on December 20th, 2016 to the Proper People Extras, a channel run by two explorers devoted to abandoned locations. Instead of pursuing paranormal claims, they emphasized the history, atmosphere, and natural decay preserved in forgotten places. In this video, they traveled to an abandoned asylum hidden deep in the forest, choosing to explore it at night.
Car is locked. In we go. Into hell. But hell, why not start with the basement? You want to lead?
Not really.
It'll probably be warmer down here. Oh yeah, don't slip.
Oh shit. You say don't slip.
What, really?
Usually. There's no walls.
I sure will not use for this place. Alright, you want to go upstairs?
What is it? Trees rustling in the wind. Fucking scary.
You hear that?
It's the wind.
It sounded like a footstep inside here.
I didn't hear that.
Alright, upstairs.
What is? Do you see something?
Just trees. Yeah, I'd be very careful of the floor every step we take.
After arriving, they enter the site and begin moving through the deteriorating structure. About halfway through the footage, they suddenly stop after hearing something nearby. At first, they attribute the sound to the wind and continue exploring. Before long, however, something occurs that convinces them someone else is out there.
There's not going to be anybody here. Look at this staircase out here. Oh shit. There's somebody there.
No way.
Yes, I see their light. They're out there. I swear on my life. Right there. Should I say hello?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there. Let's go back to the car. This way, if it's somebody wanting to talk to us.
Let's go to the car now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's go to the car.
It looks like a cell phone, right?
Like a cell phone light, yeah. Should we just bail?
I don't know. Let's see who it is.
There's no other car here.
He was on this side.
That was 100%.
That was a person. But he had a phone.
Why is there a person here? We can't keep exploring this place if there's like some random person out there that we don't know what they're doing.
Do you want to get in the car and drive around?
I don't think we should. If anything, I'm going to turn the headlights back on.
I saw his light.
Just now?
No, I'm saying before. So you were not going crazy.
I don't know. I feel like if he was the dude looking for us, he would have just came and talked to us by now. You know, I don't feel good about going back into this building if there's some person that we have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't like the feeling of this.
Bail.
Yeah,
Just get out of here.
probably. Where? You saw a light?
They decide to leave the area. There was clearly another person nearby, and when the creators switched off their flashlight, the light in the woods turned off as well, a clear sign that whoever it was did not want to be seen. It may have been someone intending to rob them, who withdrew after realizing they had been noticed. Their intentions remain unknown, but leaving the area was clearly the safest decision to avoid potential danger. This situation shows how quickly exploration can become risky when another person is present. Do you think leaving immediately was the best choice? The following video was uploaded to the channel Silent Shadow Paranormal, a creator known for combining true crime stories with unexplained events. However, this episode turned out to be very different from his usual content, taking an unexpectedly disturbing turn. Rich was deep inside a remote forest. This time he was following a set of coordinates he had received from an anonymous online forum where users share strange and mysterious locations. According to Rich, the coordinates came from someone who had long posted about unusual activity in the same area. He explained that this person had previously guided him to several strange sites where he discovered a detached pump head, a triangular pendant, and Scrabble tiles spelling the name Pam. Believing these findings were connected, Rich decided to follow the new lead and once again entered the woods.
It's another piece of that book I keep finding. Support a government designed and run for all the people. There's stuff that's circled. Says that the circled ones, it says evil men organized governmental deaths. Governments are failing, cooperating. I just flipped it over, and I got that.
After returning to his car, he began to feel that something much darker might be behind the discoveries. Still, he chose to investigate one more location. By then, night had fallen, and with only a flashlight, he moved through the dense forest. Eventually, he found a small container filled with Scrabble tiles. It was not the first time he had encountered Scrabble letters.
Oh my god, are you serious? Scrabble letters. I'm gonna take them back to the car and see if I can spell out what it wants me to spell out. It's not the first time I've come across Scrabble letters doing this.
After some time, he managed to arrange them into a message. Though shaken, Rich continued and followed the final set of coordinates, leading him even deeper into the forest. In the beam of his flashlight, he spotted another piece of paper containing a message.
The way to happiness does not include the fear of being found out. You did this to yourself. Now we see everything. And now you must find Pam. She was a hiker that we found. The clues will lead you to her.
Exhausted, Rich returned to his car. In a follow-up video, he said he planned to return to the forest again to uncover the truth. The first new coordinates led nowhere, so he decided to try one last time. That was when the situation became truly threatening.
What is that? That's a wallet. Yeah, I'm gonna open it. Because if somebody's missing a wallet, maybe I can get it back to them. I'm not gonna show nothing except a Visa. It's the name. Oh my god. I've been doing this for a little while now, and the name Pam keeps coming up. It came up a few times, once in Scrabble letters, and another time on a piece of paper from a book. The name I just found on that card was Pam.
The name Pam continued to appear again and again, written on paper inside a book, and even marked on a map. When Rich finally returned to his car, he found another message waiting for him, once again spelled out using Scrabble tiles. Rich immediately left the area and brought everything to the police. They told him there had been recent reports of suspicious activity in that region, mostly involving teenagers believed to be playing pranks. It may have been a cruel joke or something far more serious, possibly even an unresolved missing person case. Rich admitted that someone could have been trying to frighten him, but he could not shake the feeling that he had accidentally stepped into a real disappearance story. The mystery did not end there. In a later update, Rich showed a letter he had received, signed with the same mysterious triangle symbol he had seen multiple times before. Some believe this was only a prank, while others think it points to something more serious. Do you think Rich was being misled, or did he uncover clues to a real mystery? On August 3rd, 2022, the YouTube channel Amazonia Sobrevivencia Primitiva uploaded a video in which the creator shares content centered on wildlife hiking and moments from his daily life. At times, he travels deep into the forest to relax and reconnect with nature, just as in this video where he set out simply to clear his mind and enjoy the surroundings.
Se perder aqui na floresta amazônica é muito fácil. Além da gente, pelo fato de estar coberto o sol, ficar um pouco desorientado, aqui a mata, todo lugar, entre uma estrada que está a 7 km, voltando aqui em direção à beira do rio, na abertura aproximadamente de 2 a 3 km, porque às vezes o rio faz volta e a abertura também faz, mas o suficiente para mim ter pequenas variações. Cada uma dessas poças de água com certeza tem peixe, mas se você chegar e entrar de uma vez nessas poças, a possibilidade de você encontrar com um peixe elétrico é muito grande.
After some time, he hangs his hammock high between the trees, far enough above the ground to feel protected from any possible danger. As he settles in to rest, something unexpected appears nearby.
Tava bem aqui pertinho, chegou e eu não escutei. 2 onças vermelhas, rapaz. Eita, animais bonitos.
A curious puma quietly wanders into his camping area, slowly moving through the space and observing its surroundings. Fortunately, it does not seem interested in hunting. Instead, it remains calm, giving the creator a rare chance to watch the animal from a close distance. Eventually, the puma moves on and nothing further occurs. It displays calm behavior and does not view the camper as prey, but the situation remains dangerous because wild animals can react without warning. In a moment like this, would staying still be safer, or would quietly leaving the area be the better choice? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story, share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.